Imagine controlling a resource so valuable that it shapes the global economy, fuels the world's industries, and powers your nation's rise to immense wealth and influence. This is the reality for the Saudi royal family, who sit atop the world's largest proven oil reserves, valued at an astounding $1.4 trillion. Their story is one of unparalleled wealth, power, and ambition, built on the black gold that transformed a once desolate desert into a hub of opulence and global significance. From the discovery of oil in 1938 to the establishment of Saudi Aramco, now the most profitable company on the planet, the House of Saud has meticulously crafted an empire that dominates global energy markets. Their control over this vast oil wealth has enabled them to fund luxurious lifestyles, build futuristic cities like Neom, and cement their influence in geopolitics. Yet, with the world moving toward renewable energy and reducing dependence on fossil fuels, the family faces an uncertain future. In this story, we'll explore how the Saudi royal family rose to dominate the global oil industry, the inner workings of Saudi Aramco, and the family's strategies to retain control in a rapidly changing world. This is the story of wealth, power, and a dynasty that built its empire on oil. Let's cover incredible story of the House of Saud and their $1.4 trillion oil empire. The story of the Saudi royal family's $1.4 trillion oil empire began in 1938 with a groundbreaking discovery. The first significant oil reserves were struck at Dammam Well No. 7 in the eastern province. This moment marked the beginning of a transformation that would catapult Saudi Arabia from a desert kingdom into a global oil superpower. Under the guidance of King Abdulaziz Al Saud, the founder of modern Saudi Arabia, the country partnered with Standard Oil of California, SOCAL, to form the Arabian American Oil Company, better known today as Aramco. By the 1950s, oil production had expanded exponentially, providing the royal family with unprecedented wealth and the resources to establish their dominance over the Arabian Peninsula. The Saudi government steadily increased its stake in Aramco, culminating in 1980, when it took full ownership of the company. This critical move ensured that the royal family controlled not only Saudi Arabia's oil production, but also a significant share of the global oil supply. By the time Saudi Aramco became fully nationalized, the company had access to vast oil reserves that are still the largest in the world, totaling over 261 billion barrels. These reserves became the bedrock of the House of Saud's economic and political power. Oil revenues were used to fund infrastructure, healthcare, education, and the military, cementing the family's grip on the nation. The oil wealth also allowed the kingdom to play a crucial role in global geopolitics, becoming an indispensable ally to the United States and other Western nations during the Cold War. However, the impact of this discovery wasn't limited to Saudi Arabia alone. By the 1970s, the royal family had become instrumental in shaping global oil markets through their leadership in OPEC, Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries. The 1973 oil crisis, driven by an OPEC embargo, demonstrated the kingdom's ability to wield its oil wealth as a geopolitical weapon. This pivotal event established Saudi Arabia as a key player in global energy politics, a position the House of Saud has maintained to this day. At the heart of Saudi Arabia's oil empire is Saudi Aramco, the world's most valuable and profitable company. Founded in 1933 as a partnership between the Saudi government and Standard Oil of California, Aramco grew rapidly, becoming the backbone of the kingdom's economy. In 2019, Aramco made headlines with its initial public offering, IPO, raising a record-breaking $25.6 billion. The IPO not only showcased Aramco's immense value, but also reinforced the Saudi royal family's ability to leverage the company for global influence. Saudi Aramco manages 17% of the world's proven oil reserves and produces more than 10 million barrels per day. Its operations span exploration, refining, and petrochemical production, making it an essential player in global energy markets. Beyond its oil production, Aramco invests heavily in infrastructure and renewable energy, aligning with Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman's MBS Vision 2030 initiative, which aims to diversify the Saudi economy. The royal family's influence over Aramco is absolute, with key family members and loyalists occupying strategic positions within the company. Revenues from Aramco fuel massive infrastructure projects, including NEOM, a $500 billion futuristic city designed to reduce Saudi Arabia's reliance on oil. These revenues also fund luxurious royal lifestyles, including palaces, private jets, and yachts. Despite its importance to Saudi Arabia, Aramco's dominance faces challenges. Global efforts to combat climate change, such as the Paris Agreement, have put pressure on oil-dependent economies. Yet, Aramco remains a symbol of the royal family's control over the nation's resources, allowing them to maintain their economic and geopolitical power, even as the global energy landscape evolves. The House of Saud wields immense power over Saudi Arabia's oil wealth, with more than 15,000 members of the family benefiting directly or indirectly from this resource. At the center of this control is Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, MBS, who has served as the kingdom's de facto ruler since 2017. MBS's leadership has been marked by bold economic reforms and high-profile projects funded by oil revenues, such as NEOM and the Red Sea Project. The royal family's control of oil wealth is not just financial, it is deeply political. The kingdom's Ministry of Energy, which oversees Aramco and other oil-related activities, is always led by a trusted member of the family or a loyal ally. For example, Prince Abdulaziz bin Salman, the first royal to hold the position of Minister of Energy, has played a key role in managing global oil agreements and maintaining the kingdom's dominance in OPEC. Oil wealth also funds the royal family's global influence. The petrodollar system, established in the 1970s, ties Saudi oil exports to the US dollar, reinforcing the kingdom's financial and political relationships with Western powers. The royal family uses oil revenues to fund foreign investments, including stakes in major companies like Uber and SoftBank Vision Fund, further extending their reach. The House of Saud's grip on oil wealth ensures their continued dominance over Saudi Arabia's political and economic systems. Through strategic appointments, global investments, and alliances with powerful nations, the royal family remains at the center of Saudi Arabia's oil-driven success. The future of Saudi Arabia's oil empire is deeply tied to Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman's Vision 2030, a bold initiative aimed at reducing the kingdom's dependence on oil. However, the royal family faces significant challenges as the world transitions to renewable energy and works to combat climate change. The rise of electric vehicles, solar energy, and global carbon reduction targets threatens to undermine the long-term profitability of oil. Despite these challenges, the Saudi royal family is working to secure their legacy. Aramco is investing in carbon capture technologies, renewable energy projects, and petrochemicals to diversify its operations. At the same time, Saudi Arabia continues to play a dominant role in global oil markets. During the 2020 oil price crash, the kingdom used its position in OPEC Plus to stabilize markets by cutting production, a move that reinforced its status as a global energy leader. The royal family is also exploring ways to use oil wealth to fund large-scale tourism and entertainment projects. For example, the Red Sea Project aims to transform Saudi Arabia into a luxury tourism destination, while investments in cultural events like the Riyadh season are designed to attract global visitors. Ultimately, the royal family's ability to adapt to the challenges of a changing world will determine whether their $1.4 trillion empire can sustain its dominance. As they navigate the transition to a greener future, the House of Saud remains one of the most powerful and wealthiest dynasties in history. The Saudi royal family has built a legacy of unimaginable wealth and global influence through their control of a $1.4 trillion oil empire. From the discovery of oil in 1938 to the rise of Saudi Aramco as the world's most valuable company, the House of Saud has demonstrated an unparalleled ability to harness their nation's resources for power and prosperity. Their lavish lifestyles, groundbreaking projects like NEOM, and critical role in global energy markets highlight the incredible reach of their oil-fueled dynasty. But as the world transitions toward renewable energy and nations commit to fighting climate change, the future of this empire faces significant challenges. Will the royal family successfully adapt to a greener world through initiatives like Vision 2030, or will the decline of fossil fuels threaten their dominance? One thing is certain. Their ability to navigate these changes will determine not just the fate of Saudi Arabia, but also the balance of power in the global energy landscape. So what do you think? Can the House of Saud maintain their influence in a world moving beyond oil? Or is this the beginning of a dramatic transformation? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories about the forces shaping our world.